Hi, and welcome to Children's Hospital and University of Nebraska Medical Center's Just-in-Time CME. These are videos with CME credit granted by Children's Hospital Medical Center. This video is concerning the care of a newborn found with a hemoglobin variant. Its review date is October of 2012, release date is November of 2012, and expiration date is November of 2014. I am James Harper. I'm a pediatric hematologist, and I'm a consultant to the Nebraska Newborn Screening Program. My email address is here in case you have questions. I have no disclosures to relate regarding this video. Our objectives today are to inform you of the proper steps to obtain confirmatory data, to provide you data regarding the common genetic counseling issues that arise from this diagnosis, and to provide information intended to help you provide clinical guidance to the parents of this infant. The purpose of evaluating these hemoglobin variants is that some of these variants have clinical significance. Some variants can result in tissue hypoxia either because of anemia or because they don't work as well as normal hemoglobin. Other hemoglobin variants may interfere with other lab tests. Examples of clinically important variants found here in Nebraska include hemoglobin Hammersmith, which is a hemolytic anemia, and hemoglobin J Baltimore, which is a hemoglobin that will interfere with hemoglobin A1C measurements. So testing in the newborn period starts with the newborn screening test, which the baby's already had. The next step is the newborn screening hemoglobinopathy confirmation. And this is called the neonatal hemoglobinopathy confirmation test and can be ordered through the UNMC Regional Services Lab. In later life, if you inherited this child from someone else or you are investigating their parents, the correct workup is the CBC and retic count, a ferritin, and a hemoglobin electrophoresis. These can be arranged through the UNMC Regional Lab, Mayo, or any of the other standard reference laboratories. Interpretation of this result most commonly is going to show an FAV pattern in which you have normal fetal and adult hemoglobin, which account for the great majority of the baby's circulating hemoglobin at the moment, and then this is typically a variant trait. FV is when you have only fetal and variant hemoglobin. This would be in a term baby either a homozygous variant, not a trait, or a laboratory error. In a premature infant, this could refer to a gamma chain variant, which of course would have no clinical significance beyond infancy. So where can I go for information on these? If you Google genes are us, and you note the website listed here at the bottom of the page, you can find the National Newborn Screening and Genetics Resource Center. This is a free site that's supported by the National Newborn Screening and Genetics Resource Center in Texas. And from this, you can find the ACT sheets from the American College of Medical Genetics, and you may well have received one of those from the newborn screening program already. You can find general resources such as links to state programs or professional organizations. You can find a history of newborn screening, state contacts, genetic services links, and so on. Additionally, education materials for parents are available through this site. This is an example of the American College of Medical Genetics ACT sheet for the newborn screening pattern FAV. This is a hemoglobin variant carrier or trait diagnosis, and this would be consistent with a beta hemoglobin trait other than sickle cell hemoglobin and would be a benign, generally, carrier state. The ACT sheet will give you recommendations regarding what to do now, and then diagnostic evaluation and clinical considerations. It will also give you links to other national reference websites. So recommended actions for a newly discovered newborn. you should take the following actions today. You should contact the family to inform them of the screening result and to reassure them that these individuals usually do not have clinical problems. You should do a complete blood count and reticulocyte count now, and then repeat it 6 months. If the child is anemic for age, they need to be seen by a pediatric hematologist. If not, then they may need to see a hematologist or a geneticist, depending on what their variant profile shows. We order the newborn hemoglobinopathy confirmation study in Nebraska, and other states will refer to this as a hemoglobin profile analysis. And we offer families referral for genetic counseling and evaluation, as well as for hematologic evaluation. And then we report these findings to the newborn screening program. And this is an example of the diagnostic evaluation algorithm, which is published by the American College of Medical Genetics. This is for a child found to have an abnormal hemoglobin, but not hemoglobin S. If you'll notice that the first step is to confirm the result, and if this has already been done, then you follow the trail for FAV, and we do a CBC. If they're anemic for age, then they're likely to have a hemoglobinopathy, which has a significant risk of ongoing anemia, and therefore they need to have a treatment plan established quickly. If they are not anemic for age, then no further testing is required, but further family genetic counseling is offered. The parental testing should also be done. These variant hemoglobins oftentimes have no meaning in terms of clinical impact on either the baby or the parents, but some of these may interfere with other lab tests, most famously interfering with either interfering with hemoglobin A1C measurements, and may either result in erroneous high results or erroneous low results. And therefore, given the frequency at which hemoglobin A1C measurements are undertaken, it's likely that a parent who has such a trait will end up with ongoing issues of their A1C measurement data, which could ultimately be harmful to them. These variant hemoglobins are inherited in an autosomal manner, meaning that there is no gender difference. In this example, the affected mother passes it on to half of her children. Both boys and girls are equally at risk. Reference sources for these variants can be had online or in person. Hemoglobinopathies that are previously studied are listed in a large database it's called HBVAR, and this is a website supported by Penn State University and has some online utility. Additionally, PubMed or online Mendelian inheritance and man or gene tests or genereviews.org would be other online sources. In Nebraska, genetic consults are available through the number 402-559-6418. Hematology consults are available at Children's University at 402-559-7257. So guidance for parents. Children with variant hemoglobins are most commonly unaffected. Clinically important variants warrant referral to a pediatric hematologist, and we'd be happy to see them for any of the variants, although it's unnecessary. Phone consults oftentimes are adequate, and we're happy to arrange those. For those variants that affect other labs, though, documenting the parental status is helpful both in family planning as well as the parent's personal health. And in that regard, write this down, whether it's a clinically important variant or not, in the child's baby book. Make sure that's documented so that when that child is older and having their own family, they'll know what their situation is. And then also, well baby and well child care schedules are not normally affected by this diagnosis, except in the case of the hemoglobinopathies associated with severe hemolysis. This video is supported by a grant from the Genetic Services Branch, the Maternal and Child Health Bureau, and Health Resources Service Administration. This project has been cleared by the Institutional Review Board at the University of Nebraska and Children's Hospital, and this video is accredited for 0.5 hours or 1/2 hour of AMA PRA credit, Category 1 credits. Physicians should claim only their credit commensurate with the extent of their participation in this activity. Children's Hospital will award CME credit for one viewing of each video. However, you may use each video as many times as you would like, period. Thank you again. This is an experimental CME project, and we deeply appreciate feedback. Now, if you want to leave feedback or suggest topics or learn about other CME activities ongoing at Children's Hospital, and to register for the CME credit for this video, please go to www.children'somaha.org/medical education. Thank you for your attention and good day.